Have you ever imagined this? One day, someone you know is suddenly taken away by the police, not because of fight, not because of fraud, not because of they harmed someone, not because of theft, robbery, education, or deception, but because of they believed in a way of life, participated in a spiritual community, and explored a new way of living together with a group of people.
Even more frightening, it was not just one person who was taken away. Across multiple places in the country, within the same 1 or 2 days, many people were taken away almost simultaneously. This is what I want to talk about today, the 2572 incident. Here, 2572 refers to July 2, 2025. According to materials currently compiled and publicly released by Lifechanyuan, public statements by Guide Xifeng, and testimonies from multiple people involved, from July 2 to July 3, 2025, public security authorities including those in Linzhou, Hunan province, carried out a large-scale operation against members of Lifechanyuan. The places involved included Shenzhen, Linzhou, Zhengzhou, Shandong, and other locations. Many Lifechanyuan members, whom we call Chanyuan Chao, were suddenly taken away, summoned, or interrogated in the early morning, at home, at workplaces, in massage shops, and in different cities. According to the list currently compiled, at least more than 80 people were arrested or formally summoned. More than 80 people. This was not a small-scale questioning, this was not an ordinary individual investigation, this was a large-scale, cross-regional, coordinated operation. Some people said that the first thing the police did after entering was to take away their phones. Some said they were raided before dawn. Some said the officers did not show complete legal documents as required. Some were handcuffed. Some were questioned for long periods. Some were asked to hand over phone passwords and website passwords. Some had computers seized. Others said they were required to write guarantees, statements of repentance, and denunciation statements. These things may sound distant, but for those who experienced them, this was not news, this was their real life. An ordinary person wakes up in the morning, perhaps simply preparing to cook, go to work, or take care of family, then the door is opened, the person is taken away, the phone is seized, and life is suddenly broken apart. What were they asked about? According to the testimony of Dingnan Chao, he was questioned about organizational structure, beliefs, sexual freedom, nude photos, alleged disasters, donated funds, and videos he had posted. These questions involved faith, ideas, finances, and also very private matters. According to the testimony of Ruling Chao, police arrived at her home at 5 o'clock in the morning to search it. They also asked about details of donations and whether she had done any publicity work. She said the officers often made phone calls to ask for instructions from a command center. From this, she judged that this was not an isolated local action, but part of a much larger operation. According to the testimony of Zhishu Chao, she was asked to sign relevant documents, but she refused. She said she had not found anything evil in Lifechanyuan, so she could not go against her conscience and say that Lifechanyuan was evil. The other side then pressured her by saying that her children's jobs could be implicated. These testimonies make it difficult not to ask. Does a person have the right to hold on to their own beliefs? Does a person have the right not to say something that violates their conscience? Does a person have the right, when they have not harmed others, to choose a different way of life? What is truly shocking about the 2572 incident is not only how many people were taken away, but the deeper questions reflected behind it. First, why was there a large-scale coordinated operation? If this was only an ordinary investigation, why did it happen almost simultaneously in multiple places across the country? Why were so many ordinary members involved? Why did someone at the scene hear phrases such as, asking the command center for instructions? Second, what exactly did the people taken away do? Lifechanyuan has long publicly published articles, ideas, life records, and practices from the second home. It is not an underground organization. Its theories, lifestyle, controversies, and discussions have been publicly available online for many years. If these contents truly constitute crimes, then what are the specific criminal facts? Who are the specific victims? Which law or regulation was specifically undermined? Third, why were people asked to write guarantees, statements of repentance, and denunciation statements? A person can be investigated, a person can cooperate with judicial procedures, but if a person is required to write things they do not agree with, required to deny their beliefs, deny their experiences, and deny the life they once chose, then this is not only a legal issue, it is also an issue of human dignity. Fourth, why did this later develop into long-term detention and sentencing? According to currently public information, among the 6 Chanyuan Chao who were mainly detained and tried, Hengde Chao, Shandong Chao, and Xinxian Chao were sentenced to prison terms, Xian Chao and Zhihui Chao received suspended sentences, Zhishe Chao has not yet been sentenced because he refused to plead guilty. From July 2, 2025, when they were taken away, to June 15, 2026, when the judgments were announced, almost 11 months passed. 11 months may seem like just a period of time to outsiders, but for those in detention, each day is a day separated from freedom, family, daily life, and sunlight. And up to now, key official documents such as the written judgments are still being requested and verified. So what we need most right now is not emotional slogans, but the careful organization of facts, one by one. Who was taken away? When were they taken away? Where were they taken away? Who participated in the operation? Were legal documents shown? Was there a search warrant? Was there a seizure list? Were interrogations recorded on video? Were lawyers involved? Is there a written judgment? What facts did the judgment identify? What was the evidence? What was the legal basis? These questions are not only Lifechanyuan's own questions, they are questions every ordinary person should care about. Because today, the people taken away are members of Lifechanyuan, tomorrow, it could be any person who holds a different way of life, a different idea, or a different belief. I want to make one thing especially clear. This video is not meant to incite confrontation, it is not meant to attack anyone, it is not meant to create hatred. I am doing one very basic thing, taking the already public materials, the testimonies of those involved, and the timeline that can currently be organized, and telling more people about them. If the authorities believe these people are guilty, please present clear facts, evidence, and legal grounds. If judgments have already been made, please allow families and the outside world to see the written judgments according to law. If the law enforcement process was entirely legal, then it should also withstand public scrutiny. True rule of law is not afraid of being seen. True justice should not need silence to sustain itself. On the surface, the 2572 incident is an incident in which members of Lifechanyuan were arrested, detained, and sentenced. But at a deeper level, it concerns these questions. Does a person have freedom of thought? Does a person have freedom of belief? Does a person have the right to choose their own way of life? Are a country's judicial procedures transparent? Can an ordinary person still preserve basic dignity before power? I will continue organizing the timeline, testimonies, and evidence index for this incident. I will also continue telling the stories of those who were taken away, detained, and sentenced. Because they are not numbers, they are not a list, they are not merely so-called case personnel. They are real people, they have names, lives, families, and beliefs. They once ate with us, worked with us, sang with us, talked with us, and lived with us. So the 2572 incident should not be forgotten.
If this is your first time hearing about it, please remember this date, July 2nd, 2025. On that day, the lives of more than 80 members of Lifechanyuan were suddenly changed. And today, the first thing we need to do is let the world know this happened. These people truly exist. Their situation deserves to be seen.